Hi, I'm Cameron Massey. I am the COO of Water Street Marketing, and I also manage the Michigan Creative Network on Facebook. This is going to be a fun one today. If you can't tell by my surroundings, I am at home today and not at the office, so we're actually going to be looking at something that I spend an embarrassing amount of time doing in my spare time. Now, whether you're a designer or just an entrepreneur in general, it's really useful to keep up on design trends and things that are currently going on in the design world because it helps to get into the head of your customer. I'm going to be focusing on just the design aspect today, but it does help any entrepreneur in general, especially when it comes to what you're talking about or what you want for your branding, whether you're looking at sales or whether you're looking at what is popular. Now, the first way to keep up on trends is pretty obvious, and it's one that we're not going to focus on at all today. You can easily just go onto Google, type in design trends, and go to images, and you can see all kinds of new trends that are going on. You can check out articles, the 10 most inspirational graphic design trends for 2019, and you can find all kinds of stuff on there, which is fine. It's good. That's great. That's something everyone should do, but it's not what we're going to be focusing on today because everyone else is doing that. So much of design isn't on the web. A lot of it is. I'm not gonna pretend that most design doesn't happen on the web nowadays, but when you're looking at what is current, the best way is to get out there and get out on the streets and look at advertisements. Just look around. A lot of advertising is subtle. A lot of design is invisible. That's one of the best parts of design, is when it's done right, you shouldn't even notice that it's there. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't exactly go to New York City right now. My 3-year-old is taking a nap in the other room, and I can't leave the house, so I can't go walk around the streets of New York City. Or can I? This is one of my favorite things on the internet. Today we're going to be going into Google Earth, and I didn't even download this. This is just running in my internet browser. You just go to earth.google.com, load up Google Earth. We're going to be walking around on the streets in New York City, and we're going to be keeping an eye out for advertisements, signage, buildings, car stickers, whatever we can find. It's just really useful to look around, and you'll see what I mean. We'll just start in Manhattan. We get a nice little animation here. Whoa. I am going to take our little tourist representative. He's a Street View guy. I call him Street Viewlio. We're just going to drop Street Viewlio right in the middle of downtown, right near the New York Stock Exchange. And here we are in New York City. Right off the bat, you can see I Heart New York gifs. I Heart New York is a pretty big deal. Using a standard serif font, bolded. That's classic. That's a weird thing to drop into for being the first thing that we drop into. Here's a big old Häagen-Dazs truck just backed up in the middle of the street. We can zoom in on there and see that it's got the scooper of ice cream, lots of use of white space. The truck doesn't even include the full logo. You can only fit part of the logo on the side of the truck, and it makes it seem a lot larger than the text itself is. You can see the text itself is actually not taking up that much of the truck. You're just used to seeing the full logo with the rest of the border here. That's pretty well done. I like that. Moving on. We've got these signs hanging from street posts down here using all lowercase, which is an interesting choice for it being a powerful statement. But the red definitely speaks to that kind of strength. Red is used often for that kind of thing. It's like a passion color. If you're angry, if you're passionate about something, that's when you'll see red used a lot. Mattress Firm is a weird name for a mattress company, because that's the last thing you want to think of when you think of mattresses, is firm, right? At least I don't like firm mattresses. I don't know how you guys feel about firm mattresses. I like mattresses that are soft and cool. What do we got going on here? I don't know what Mosaic is, but that's a pretty good logo. Glenwich, that's almost a similar font to the I Heart New York. It's a sans serif, but it's not like, it's got some character to it. It's not just straight block letters. Let me pull up my other window here. I Heart New York. Where did that come from? But yeah, it's a similar kind of font there. If you look at like it's got like this curve that goes right back up around the edges here. They're like bubbled out, kind of flared out on the edges. They're doing the same thing in this logo. I don't know if they're intentionally trying to emulate the I Heart New York, But it's kind of clever that they would go for something similar because it just makes people think of New York. And when you're in New York looking for a sandwich, you want to be well, you don't want to be looking at a huge pile of trash, that's for sure. This is pretty simple. Google Earth blurs out people's faces so you can't see what his face is. It's just an employee for Con Edison, and he's got like a speech bubble, but the speech bubble is styled to be like the text message speech bubbles on iPhone. I don't know if Android does the same thing. It's just like he's sending you a little verbal text message. I'm not sure how this is pronounced. Amba Fidei. That's like a portmanteau, I think, for fine dining. That's what they do. But this is Mediterranean cuisine, and this is almost certainly, yeah, you can see it's kind of similar there. That's probably kind of what they were going for, especially with the gold color. Dun 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 dun. This is an interesting logo typographic-wise. Let's take a look at this one for a second. So you've got a few elements to this logo here. The first thing that I noticed right off the bat design-wise is that every other letter is a different spacing. I don't even know if two of these have the same spacing between them. The E and the T are connected. It almost looks like you can see where they're connected right there. Looking at that, the A is super wide. This H is super thin. The R is super thin. E is super thin, and then Switzerland is the same. That's normal with wide spacing between the letters. They've got like a submark kind of logo element up here. Honestly, I like this logo a lot. Nothing is the same spacing, but it works. The letters are all really tightly packed together, the H and the R and then the E, and then there's the space between. But I like it. I like this one. Making my way downtown, walking fast, looking for logos to talk about. Good vibes only. Hashtag built by girls. Right across the street. You can tell that's a jewelry company. I like that they're using the tattoos. This is interesting here to me. You have two things, and they're the highlight of each of these. They would normally be seen as not classy or sophisticated. Tattoos 20 years ago be seen as not classy or sophisticated. You'd never see tattoos in an ad. And then up here you can see that she's either this is a really elaborate earpiece or she's got just like a million piercings in her ear. But this is using these as symbols of like power and like owning it, and it's celebrating the things that make people unique. It's a statement saying that this is normal, this is the new sophisticated. You know, I like that. That's cool to me. Oh god, it's a Croc store. If you're an artist, you can honestly just use like any screenshot from downtown New York and it would be an amazing reference. Yeah, it looks like a clothing store. They've got this cool setup here where it's these newspapers are stacked up into like a hill down here. People standing on it. It says elevated icons, and they've elevated them on top of newspaper features. That's pretty nifty. That's a cool concept. There's just logos everywhere you look. There's a logo right there, Etro, and you get kind of a feel for what they're going for. There's like a modern logo over here. You look immediately to your right, here's man in a van. That's a completely different kind of logo. And you look over there on the corner, and you've got another, what I assume to be a fashion brand. There's a fashion brand. There's another one. There's just everywhere you look. There's logos, there's typography. Everyone's got their own message that they're getting across, and there's a million ways that they're doing it. This is like the center of design. There's a bathing ape. Great logo there. I like the asterisk. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to read the Phantom Revolution. Even though the words are completely out of order, it should read the Revolution Phantom or Phantom the Revolution. You can just kind of infer that it's the Phantom Revolution, and that's something you see more in logos these days, is trusting the viewer to infer the meaning on them. It's a risk every time, but it works for some logos really well. Here's a place, it looks like a restaurant. Oh, this is a jewelry store called Versani. Looks awful familiar, and I'm not sure where I've seen it before. Maybe they came first. I don't know. It's New York City. I'm not gonna judge anyone. Here's the Adidas building. Awesome look at some sports advertisement here. See right up here, here to create. They've got here to create. So that's got to be a campaign slogan they're using right now, or whenever this was taken. This is kind of a cool logo. You see, you have to like tilt your head sideways to look at it. But it makes it seem tall. It's got that kind of imposing look because it's only vertical and not horizontal. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been educational, and I hope that you get some use out of this. If nothing else, then I hope it's been entertaining. If you want to check out more information about branding, graphic design, or just entrepreneurship in general, please do check out the Michigan Entrepreneur Collective Facebook group, as well as the Michigan Creative Network Facebook group. And for more information on what we offer at Water Street Marketing, please check out waterstreetmktg.com. Thanks for watching.